Imagine they don't let you play in the Grand Slam that you've won 9 times, in a quite terrible situation where you are locked like a criminal for over 1 week, and you get deported out of the country without the possibility of competing to defend your title. After that, they don't let you play in the first 2 Masters 1000 titles of the season. Already 4,000 ATP points that you are unable to have the possibility of competing for. But even after that, some months later, you go on and win a Grand Slam. But guess what? Due to something that is out of your control, that tournament doesn't give you any ATP points. That's already 6,000 ATP points that you didn't have even the possibility of earning. After that, the next 2 Masters 1000 events, again, you are unable to compete in. And to put the icing on the cake, the last Grand Slam of the season, you can't compete in. That sums up to 10,000 ATP points that you didn't have even the possibility of earning. But even after that, you catch form in the last part of the season, and against all odds, you're getting closer to classifying for the Nitto ATP Finals, even after missing out on all of those tournaments. That would be quite an unbelievable achievement, wouldn't it? Oh, but wait. We do have some good news for you. If you've won a Grand Slam in the season, you only have to be in the top 20 to classify for the Nitto ATP Finals. So even if you're not inside the top 8 in the rankings, we're gonna reserve a place for you in such a prestigious event. And let's keep it straight, after all you've gone through in this season, I think your place is well deserved. Oh, wait a second. Someone's telling me that there's a player that feels that this is unfair, that your classification for the Nitto ATP Finals is strange, because you only had to win a Grand Slam to do so. That's so unfair to the other players. Oh, but who is it? It's a player that is quite close to classifying. It's world number 13, Cameron Norrie, who believes this Grand Slam rule, where if you win a Grand Slam in the season, you only need to be inside the world's top 20, is completely unfair to the other players. Oh, okay. Well, you know, I've only won a Grand Slam this season, but let me just win 13 matches in a row and enter the tournament as world number 8. You know, just to seize any doubts if this is deserved or not. This is the situation that happened last year between Djokovic, who of course was the one that won a Grand Slam, and Cameron Norrie, who even after seeing all that Djokovic went throughout that season, he decided to question if Djokovic's classification for the Nitto ATP Finals was deserved or not. Like I said before, telling the media that it was a strange classification. Well, even though Djokovic ended up classifying by the points earned in the season, which was quite incredible by the way, let's imagine he only classified by this Grand Slam rule. For being an undeserved classification, he did quite well, because he ended up winning the whole event. So these words by Cameron Norrie were not very wise at all. I'm sure Djokovic heard what Norrie said, and after all he had gone through in that season, he took notes, and in their next encounter, he would have those words in mind. So this season, these two met again. It was at the Foro Italico in Rome, and there was clear tension in the air, a lot of loud commands by Cameron Norrie, and in the second set, this happened.
Oh! Well, I think that was more...
So first, you hit the opponent, which, let's be honest, if you're so close to the net with a smash and the other player's at the net too, going straight down the middle, the chances of hitting your opponent are very high. And after hitting Djokovic, I'm sorry, but that is a very weak apology. And after apologizing like that, you just give him the back and don't even check if he's unhappy or not. Very poor behavior if you ask me. But wait a second, this is not all. This is what he did in the next point.
But it's going to bring a bit of extra spice to this.
At that moment, I'm sure Djokovic thought,
"You gonna do this? Okay, fine. That's all I needed." It became personal with me.
And when you make Novak Djokovic angry, we've seen countless times, it doesn't end well for his opponent. And it didn't take a lot of time for Djokovic to break, and just to put the icing on the cake, when Djokovic was gonna serve for the match, Norrie took a full medical timeout before that game, trying to disrupt Djokovic's rhythm. Of course, that didn't work, and of course, Djokovic won in the end.
Team successive quarterfinal here.
So, another example that it's not the best option to make Novak Djokovic angry if you're his opponent. I hope you guys have enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure you leave a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel if you would like to enjoy more original tennis content of this style. The channel has been doing amazing lately, so thank you to every single one of you who support it day by day. So that said, I hope I can see you all in my next video. Peace!